So I wanted to take some time and go over the construction of this rocket launcher here. I did have video footage of the construction, but somehow that got deleted. But moving on, you've got your energy storage here with a quick release valve. This is your pressure tank. Very easy to construct. You need limited tools. I just use a rusty old saw, a battery powered drill, and a pair of pliers. That was basically it. Your pressure tank is a 4-inch piece of PVC. An end cap, elbow fitting, reducing it down to 2 inches, 2 more reducers to reduce it down to 1/2 inch, and your quick release valve. Then your piece of 4-inch to put your fittings in and end cap it. Don't put this end cap on until your last stage. Since this is an air pressured system, you're going to want to make sure you glue it correctly. Use your primer. This is the purple color. On there. It softens the plastic so that your glue can adhere properly. Very easy to use. All you do is swipe it inside the pipe. And on the outside of the pipe. And then swipe your glue in there. Dries very fast. Just a few minutes. You're probably going to want to let it set for an hour or so before you use it, at least. Now, this tube is rated for 220 psi, pounds per square inch. This fitting is rated for 150 pounds per square inch. And this foot pump that I'm using is only rated at 100 pounds per square inch. So you want to make sure that your power source is less than how much PSI you can put in here. So this is 100 PSI and this is 150 PSI. I've only powered it up to maybe 80 or 90 so far. Now, your fittings here walk over and show you close up. This is your tubeless tire fitting. This is your pressure valve. I got them both at Walmart. Very simple, very easy. This pressure valve, you're going to want to match your drill size. I practiced this on a piece of wood to get the right drill bit size before I went and drilled my PVC pipe. And you're going to want to make it nice and tight. And this is why you don't want to put this on. I actually drilled this before I glued it into here. But you want to make it so tight that you put it through the inside and then you pull it through with your pair of pliers so that it gives you a good seal. And all I did was take this 5-minute epoxy, stirred it up, and I glued it from the inside and then the outside also, so it's nice and rigid. Now for this pressure gauge, I basically did the same thing. I found the right size drill bit, drilled it in, took my epoxy, 5-minute epoxy, coated the hole, coated this screw bits, and screwed it in. And I let it set for about an hour. At least an hour. Now this gives you a very nice seal here. This is also from Walmart. $10. Now, as I was saying before, the rockets are very inexpensive and reusable. They're just paper and packaging tape. This is your launching tube. You don't need to glue this. You just put it in place and launch it. And then remove it. Just take your rocket, place it on your tube, when you release it, shoot off. I've launched quite a few different sizes. A few different styles. This one has a wooden tip with cardboard fins. I really don't care for these fins because they're too flexible. This one is the largest I've launched so far. It's about 6 feet. It's gone the farthest. Seems to me the more length you have to capture the energy of the release, the more powerful it is. I have a few videos on building the rockets also. And then lastly, what we need is something to make this stable because it wants to slide back and forth. It's round. So I made this base here, launch base, and basically just slides over the tube. So the goal of the base was to keep it clamped here and here so it wouldn't slide from side to side. And then this top portion here was so it wouldn't twist from side to side. And then you have a stable platform. And you just take your launch tube place it inside your air container there. And then you have your system. Your power source, your air pump. Your air tank, your energy storage, your fast release of energy. I've pressurized this to about maybe 80 psi so far. And that took maybe 100 pumps, 110 pumps. Maybe that got me up to 90 psi. This does get somewhat tiring. I would like to. This is the first system I've built. I would like to upgrade to a powered compressor and maybe a battery powered compressor. I'm not sure yet. But it does get somewhat tiresome. I've launched 4 or 5 rockets at a time using that. That's about the most I'd like to go to. But that's the system right there. Thank you for watching.